United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if you'll have a seat, we'll get started. All right, the first order of business is to approve last meeting's minutes. Any questions? Do you have any questions? All right, I'll make a motion that we adopt the minutes from the last meeting. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And so the minutes are accepted. Next order of business is the reorganization of the board. And at this time, I'm going to nominate Jim Johnson for chairman.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries.
I'll make the motion to make Larry Ellis secretary.
Do I hear a second? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, by the same. All right, so now we have a board in place for 2022.
You put 21.
It's a force of habit.
It's gonna take a minute to get
Yeah,
used
it's
to.
gonna take a minute, all right?
Absolutely.
Oh, you got 21 also? Oh, that's all right. Oh, you put a date on it, that's right.
He's got a date in it.
Okay, so next, what we need to talk about next is meetings. What are we going to do as far as meetings in the following year?
Nope, just the
You got
two.
two. All right.
So you'll keep one.
All right. We'll have to have a meeting for our annual report. I assume that will be sometime in February, I would guess.
That's usually when
And then I would like to see us have at least a quarterly meeting, April 7th, August 11th, and sometime in September, so we can get our budget hearings in, and then we can skate through the rest of the year. I don't know if that's acceptable. It's tentative, obviously, so if that's what you guys want to do, have a quarterly meeting, that's fine with me. We use Robert's Rules modified, is that correct? Is that what you guys want to do? Kind of similar to what we've been doing? All right. Any other discussion on that?
What do you say, next meeting in February or?
Next meeting should be in February for our annual report. That'll be
it's
it
usually
coming.
in February, like
Yeah.
mid to end February.
Okay, so, and Denise will let us know when she's got that ready. And in that line, as I was looking at last January's meeting, minutes, we had requested that we get written documentation for when we're doing votes to get that 7 to 10 days ahead of time. So if we could just get that 7 to 10 days ahead for each board member, that'd be great. I think the other thing I noticed on the annual, or on minutes from last January is Jim had requested that we get a monthly financial statement from the clerk every month, and if we could do that, that'd be great. So, all right, anything else pertaining to this? We good? All right, then I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All right, now, I have 2 orders of business that I would like to do this evening. One is I'd like to make a motion to adjust the investigator's wages to $4,000 for the year of 2022. Do I hear a second? We would be adjusting the salary to $4,000 rather than $8,023. Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Nay.
Okay. Motion carries 2-1.
Can I ask what your plans are for that 4,000? That difference?
It is there. Like I said in one previous meeting in October, it's there. It's not going anywhere. If we see that the position is taking more time, then we can adjust and do another salary resolution. We're not taking it out of the budget. We're leaving it there. And the only reason we're doing it is because of the hours spent on the
Did you run that sign then?
You guys ain't in the meeting. You just adjourned it.
well, I called another meeting just after I adjourned that one.
Okay.
The reason I did that, and I'll tell you why, because there seemed to be some confusion, and the reason we had it posted twice on the door, there seemed to be confusion whether we can have this, another meeting in conjunction with that meeting, or if we have to have separate meetings. So rather than take a chance, we're doing the second meeting rather than take a chance.
I'm pretty sure they have to be separate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
they do.
and rather than take a chance, that's what we decided to do. All right, second, order of business that I would like to make a motion is that we take the leftover funds that we're gonna do on additional appropriations, and for the time being, put them into the rainy day fund. They're there, they can be voted out when they're needed, but for the time being, put those in the rainy day fund, and that amounts to $135,963.89. Any comments or questions?
Is that total what they had on the paper the other day?
Yes, $135,963.89. The only reason we do that is to put it in rainy day. It's not needed at this point. When it is needed, then we can vote it out if we need it. I have some questions for this. Do I hear a second on that? And all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. All right. Chief Buckrod is not here. I have some questions for him, so I don't have any. Is there anything else that we need to discuss at this point? Good to the order, any old business?
Have you signed it?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bryan.
That's what I
Should be in
thought.
there.
That's what I thought.
Chairman, or I guess you're not chairman now, but I guess question for the chairman. Just as clarification and for the record for the taxpayers, I just want to ask the board if there's been any direction from the trustee or from the board. Are we currently seeking another provider for ambulance protection for the citizens of Madison Township?
Not to my
Not that I'm
knowledge at
aware
all.
of.
So there's been no direction from the legal taxing authority of Madison Township to seek out ambulance provider?
No. Not on my part, I don't know anything about
Okay,
it.
so you have no desire of changing your current ambulance
don't.
provider? Okay.
Eric, real quick, because that was two-part. I do not personally know. I know that, I think Tom
Well,
keeps
you're
getting hit.
responsible for it, so.
I know, I'm just letting you
Okay.
know. But I won't vote on it, they will. But I just let you know, me personally, no. But I know Tom keeps getting hit up by the county. They keep wanting to come up here and have conversations about what you're talking about. But me personally, do I support it? No, we should be able to do it in-house, if that's what you're asking. But at the end of the day, it would be them that would actually vote for it to come in or not.
As for this board member, I'm opposed to the county, and Scott and I have had this discussion before.
More than once.
And we believe that we could provide our own, and we can do a good job, but I do see a couple glitches, so to say. And that was a couple questions I had for the chief tonight. But since he's not here, I can't ask my questions, so I'll have to give him a phone call.
Well, all I ask from a taxpayer aspect is, before we make a quick overnight decision on it, or even a 2 or 3 month decision on it, that you involve some people, not only from the fire department, but maybe from the community, to look at the overall picture on the impact, not just to the taxpayer themselves, but to the fire department on what those changes would be. You know, we've been lucky enough to have our own ambulance service in the township here for going on 20 years now. And you, as a board, have that opportunity to control who you hire and what level of service you provide. When somebody else comes in, you lose that authority.
Well, Eric, I don't want to be, whatever, but the board does not have the ability to hire anybody.
So you don't approve a name when the fire chief brings you a name to hire?
No, that's just up to the merit board.
That's the merit board.
Okay, and who's on that merit board sitting up there now?
Nobody.
None of
Nobody
us.
on the actual.
You cannot be on the merit board and serve
Okay.
on this board. Yeah, there's a, what is it, 6 members?
I think it's 5.
5? Yeah, 5 members.
Okay.
And they determine who's
Yeah,
hired.
they're independent from these guys.
Yeah, so.
I guess all I'm asking is, before we make that decision, that the board commits to the community that we're gonna look at that, before somebody sneaks that in and say, hey, let's change this next month.
I agree
or
with you.
Next year.
Well, why is the county talking to the fire chief and not talking to us about it?
That's something you'll have to figure out.
They don't call me.
They don't call me.
They don't call me.
Last time they called me, I told them I had no interest. They have not proved that they're capable of providing the service.
You already have a service you're not paying for. Why would you wanna pay for something that you already have?
Exactly.
Well, and it's a significant tax increase if county comes in to take over.
And not to mention, on our EMS, we actually get revenue in on our EMS. So why would we get rid of a revenue maker?
That's all that needs to be studied before we make it, and that's all I'm asking, is just maybe get a committee together and look at it before you make that decision.
Just wanting to know, Eric, do you know something the rest of us don't know? Are we not providing a service right now or something?
No, I'm just saying, there's a lot of work going on in the background at the county level, trying to get up here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're not the only ones they're trying to hit up.
Well, I was aware of that, but it almost sounded like
There's
maybe we
meetings
wasn't
going
providing
on
the
that-
service is the
that
reason I
people
was
aren't being
asking.
included on,
The county would like everybody to be.
Yeah, they want the whole county.
They want Brown Township also.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me flat out that's what they want. So it's not a secret that they want everybody in. And
when
we're
I
not-
call 911, I want the closest ambulance coming to my house, not coming from Centerton or from Green Township or from Martinsville, because everybody was at the EMA building at a meeting. I'd rather that ambulance coming from this firehouse or from the firehouse on Kitchen Road, not from the fairgrounds.
I would agree
And
with you.
that's the option that could occur if we go to Morgan County EMS.
The other issue that they are having, from what I understand, is they are having an issue keeping paramedics as well. So
Everybody.
That's
everybody has,
everyone.
but what I'm saying is, everybody is, but even the county is, so why would they be any different than anybody else?
It just has to be, you just have to manage the system. Thank you.
Be quiet.
Any other questions, any other, yes, sir?
Why do we have an engine sitting out in the freezing temperatures?
I noticed that when I pulled in. Does anybody even know why it's out there? Is that the one that's up for sale or no? Does anybody know? 'Cause I don't even know how long it's been out there. I just noticed a little bit.
Been out there,
I just don't think it has any room. I don't
Well,
think it has room for it.
is there
Bay
still a
at
Wayne
31 is
Township
now.
truck in here?
I haven't been through there today, huh?
Is there a bay at 31
What's
that's
he say?
open?
Yeah,
What'd
I
you
can't
say, Rick?
Is there
Yeah,
still a
there's-
Wayne Township truck in the station? Well, I think it should be out in ours in.
Well, ours is still out of service, correct?
It's still out of service. Yeah,
That was because the
there's-
additional appropriation didn't get pushed through, so it had to wait until the new.
So there's currently no bays open at either station.
What do we got over at 31? I thought that we had an open day at night. No?
Nope.
Okay,
Where's the one out service at?
sitting out back.
Out back,
Outside?
completely
Yeah.
drained of water, dry, not a single piece of equipment on it.
Okay, it's not taking up a day or anything.
So, that, you're saying that unit is for sale?
I don't know if that's the one they was talking about selling or not.
I think the.
That's up to the chief and the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the board has to approve
Yeah, I was gonna
something
say.
sale before.
What my understanding is that vehicle, that apparatus needs brakes, for one thing. And if it freezes, it's a possibility it could need seals and packing if it freezes, because once those get wet, from my understanding is it would still freeze, so.
Pump seals.
Yep, so I would highly suggest getting it inside.
We're long past that.
We're past it, but, you know,
I'm talking the seals and packing, and that was a huge,
Is it still leaking? Is that what you're saying?
oh, always has.
Okay.
It has for years. I mean, it's 20-some years old.
This one,
Make sure I get it to her.
yeah, this, we need another one signed.
Yeah, almost 30 years old.
You'll want a copy, Larry?
is anybody here that was in on the change orders on the ladder truck? Okay, I'll save that for another time.
That one's your copy, yeah.
So I don't have anything else. Do you?
No. Yeah, I got, what, now we still have an ambulance down there off kitchen? So
Yes.
we've got 2 ambulances now, both working, right? That's a yes, right?
Yes.
This, I think this is your chief officer that's present here.
Oh, I didn't see his head move yesterday.
Yeah.
It is,
Okay.
it's not,
Okay.
I mean, all of us can answer, but yes, it is.
It's the new one, it's down at 31.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, actually, both of them
Both
are
of them.
down
Both
there.
of them are down there?
There's no ambulance up here? Is that because of days?
Well, that and how our staffing is. The ambulance down there goes out, there's 2 on that, 2 comes back. The second ambulance goes out, the 2 down there can be taken, the second ambulance out, so there's a staffing thing.
That's good, it's 2 ambulances down there. Okay.
You're covered, Jim.
Covers it, good.
And Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, that's about the center of the township, so
Yeah.
we're putting them where we think they need.
Okay. That's all I have. Any questions?
No, I think.
Any questions from anybody?
I just have one
Yes, sir.
last one that we covered last meeting, I don't know that we've ever got anything resolved. Maybe you could help me, Mr. Ellis, or Mr. Johnson, now since you're the chairman. Where are we at with our communications with the fire chief and with the current administration? Have you guys had a meeting with them since the last meeting?
I have, and I've stopped by Station 31 also and talked to some of the firemen, and took a tour of the building,
Okay.
and took a tour of the apparatus, and
I mean, meeting with the upper management
yes, I have met with Chief Buckrock, yes.
recently?
Probably been about a month ago.
Let's say a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. The meeting was a month ago, so, I mean, since the meeting,
There's something we should know.
To answer your question, Eric, yeah, it was just a few weeks ago. It was
Yeah.
not long before Christmas.
And
If I
I've been in
remember
touch with him via email since then as well.
okay. Just from our aspect, you know, smooth business is both parties talking to each other, you know, if not on a daily basis, at least on a weekly basis, so we know what's going on. If we're communicating, we'd know why that truck was sitting out here in the parking lot, and what's going on with it. You know, I'm not just a taxpayer, but I'm also on the fire department, so I'm kind of on both sides. I hear it from the fire chief, I can't get anybody on the board to talk to me. And I hear from your side that you're talking to him, so I'm kind of confused here on where I get it from the fire chief, and I can't get any cooperation from the board, but I hear from the board that you're talking to him, so I'm concerned as a taxpayer that we're not working together, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. So somebody's not.
Guys,
telling the
I'd be
truth.
more than willing to volunteer anybody on the fire department to step up and meet with you, whatever we gotta do to heal this relationship so that we can function as an organization, because it's not working right now.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Eric, I thought in the last couple months it had gotten better, quite frankly, because I've been in almost regular communication with the chief. Like I said, I've taken a tour of Station 31 and observed some things and talked to the firemen down there, and even was sharing with you before the meeting about what I thought about some of the things that we need to do down there and so forth. So, you know, it might be a slow start, but we're getting there. I mean, it's a start. So,
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 No, you still have to do that finance.
You gotta do a finance meeting
No.
real quick.
We'll do a finance meeting real quick.
You just think you don't have any investments and you have the officers vote real quick.
Just like those minutes on the other one.
No, you don't have to do that.
There's only a couple questions.
I'm right here, go ahead. This shouldn't take but a minute.
What is it?
Tom.
Okay, here we go.
There you go, right there.
They have to do
You're
it.
the president, go
He keeps
for it.
getting called into it because they're doing the same
All right.
thing around.
Okay,
Call the meeting order.
Between now
Call it to order, call the meeting order first.
Since they're I don't even want to talk about it. He keeps it entertaining. Me, myself, they want to be.
Okay.
Call the meeting order.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Off the road, you know, downtown.
He wants to play the game.
You're there to do it, you're there.
That's what I've already told him. I was like,
You're down here, it is.
but if he wants
What
to
is that,
talk,
like the
he said, so you can't talk to me.
$190,000, whatever it is that
I can
has
sit
to
there and say, you
do
can't talk to somebody.
You're
No, maybe, but he can't present.
She should have already done that. This is about.
It won't do any good. He can't start kind of.
Okay.
If he wants to waste all the time, we're on the same thing when I told him.
That's
When
right.
it's
Yeah, we have
merger.
no investment, so it makes it easy.
Well, you should have to ask him if there's.
Right.
Scott,
Yes,
all the cash is in the bank?
yeah,
No
No,
investments?
nope,
How much cash is in the bank?
quite a bit.
Your financial report tells you that.
Yeah, the finance report you'll get will tell you that, Bob.
Oh my God.
Just about done too.
It's done.
Just about.
Done.
Nice.
It's working
That's
on
good.
it.
I know that one. Okay, well, that's okay, now we need a motion now.
Do we vote on
Officers?
no, vote on.
yeah, don't you have to vote on the officers real
Yeah,
quick?
you gotta do officers.
We did that.
You gotta, no, this is officers for this meeting.
It's for this meeting, for the
We
accounting
did
meeting.
that already.
Oh, no, we have to have
No,
officers
no.
for this meeting,
Well, no,
So I'll nominate Jim as the chairperson for this meeting.
I'll second.
Finance meeting. All in favor, say aye.
I'm going back to the secretary.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, good.
Each one of them, not as a group.
Okay, now we got that.
Okay, now.
So what happens is,
No investment.
Take the new dog away a ton.
obviously,
You want to make a motion to accept?
boards, you know, well, obviously, they're going to make the end of the day.
The fact that
I'll make a
that's-
motion to accept.
That's
These guys,
correct.
like I say,
And I'll second.
totally verbally know.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so that's, now you can adjourn.
I'll
Because, yeah, they
second.
can, I can say no all I want to.
Aye.
They can resist it. That's what
That is always the hardest one, and it's the easiest one.
Well,
This one we're
I
gonna
do
do
that,
that.
at least I know.
That's very true.
But no, I know. You brought it up, I
okay, Mr. President.
So can we go watch the